Los Molinos doesn't sound the same after you've been hunted. That's the first thing nobody tells you. Before all of this, the town had a rhythm. Sprinklers clicking on at dusk, trucks rolling past the tracks, dogs barking at nothing in particular. Even the fog had a sound to it, like the town was breathing slow and tired. After the tunnels, after John and Charles, everything got quieter. Not peaceful quiet, listening quiet. The kind where you notice things you shouldn't, like how long a sound lasts after it stops. The chickens came back first, not all at once, not like an invasion, just one here, one there, standing in yards, on roofs, on the hood of Mr. Calhoun's Buick like it had always belonged there. They didn't peck, they didn't cluck. They stood perfectly still, heads tilted just enough to make your neck itch if you looked too long. Adam noticed it before I did. "They're watching," he said one afternoon, standing next to me by the fence behind my house. I wanted to tell him he was wrong. I wanted to say chickens were stupid. But I'd been under the barn. I'd seen them move in the dark like fingers on a hand. So I didn't argue. David showed up late, long legs eating up the street, his shoulders hunched like he was trying to make himself smaller. He smelled it before he said anything. "You smell that?" he asked. I nodded. Wet feathers. Rot. Something metallic, sharp like burnt wires or a leaking battery. It wasn't everywhere, just close enough to notice. We didn't talk about John and Charles directly. We never did anymore. Saying their names felt like tapping on glass that was already cracked. But we felt the space they left behind. 3 bikes instead of 5. 3 shadows instead of a crowd. And 3 of us waking up every night at exactly the same time. 3:17 a.m. every night. For me, it started on the roof, a soft dragging sound, like nails across shingles, slow, deliberate, not scrambling, not panicked, enjoying itself. I lay in bed staring at the ceiling, my heart thudding so loud I was sure my parents could hear it down the hall. The fog outside pressed against my window like it wanted in, blurring the moon until everything looked sickly and wrong. Then came the pecking. Not random. 3 taps. Pause. 3 taps. Like someone pretending to knock without using their knuckles. I didn't move. I didn't breathe right. Because I remembered the voice in the tunnels.
"I'm coming for you. I'm coming for all 5 of you."
5. Even now. Even after John and Charles were gone. The pecking stopped. I almost relaxed. That's when my closet door opened. Not fast. Not like it was pushed. Just eased open, inch by inch, like something on the other side was savoring it. The smell came first. Wet feathers, rot, metal, the same smell from under the barn. Something inside my closet shifted, and a sound came out that wasn't a cluck. It was too low, too wet, like a throat that didn't belong to a bird anymore. I wanted to scream. I couldn't. I sat there frozen, watching the darkness inside my closet breathe. Then, slowly, the door closed again. Soft, careful, like a hand letting go. I didn't sleep after that. None of us did. Adam said he heard scratching under his house, right beneath his bed. David said he kept waking up with dirt on his shoes, even though he hadn't been outside. And every morning, there were more chickens. That's when Butch and Jim showed up again. Not that they'd ever really left. Their Suburban had been parked near the tracks for days now, half hidden by fog, like it belonged to the town more than some of the houses did. They didn't sneak around. They didn't pretend. They studied, measured, watched. Jim leaned against the hood smoking his cigar like the world wasn't trying to peel itself open. Butch stood a few feet away, map spread out, eyes scanning lines that didn't exist on paper. They already knew when we walked up. "You didn't sleep," Jim said, pointing the cigar at me. I shook my head. Butch didn't ask questions at first. He just looked at us, really looked. "You're marked deeper now," he said. Adam swallowed. "By Lee," Butch's jaw tightened. By him, and by what's underneath him. David's voice was barely there. It's getting closer, Jim nodded once. Yeah, that's how gathering works. I hated that word. Gathering, like we were supplies. I told them about the closet, about the pecking, about the smell. Butch listened without interrupting, his face carved out of something harder than fear. When I finished, he folded the map slowly. Jim flicked ash to the dirt. Testing doors, testing boundaries, seeing who's still awake. My stomach turned cold. Why us? Adam asked. Jim looked at me. Because you ran. Butch finished it. Because you went where you weren't supposed to and came back alive. A chicken stepped out of the fog near the tracks. Just one. It didn't move like a normal chicken. It stepped forward slow, deliberate, its eyes black and glassy. It stopped and stared at us. I felt something press against the inside of my skull, like a thought that wasn't mine brushing past. The chicken opened its beak. It inhaled. Not air. Us. Then it tilted its head slightly like it was listening to something just out of earshot. And I knew. It wasn't alone. It backed into the fog and vanished. Jim exhaled smoke through his nose. Scout, Adam whispered. For what? Butch looked toward Lee's orchard, barely visible through the fog. For the storm. My hands were shaking. I didn't bother hiding it. He said 5, I whispered. But there's only 3 of us. Butch finally looked at me then. Really looked. Numbers change, he said. Intent doesn't. Jim added quietly. And storms don't care who's already fallen. The fog thickened. Somewhere in the distance, too far to pin down, a sound rolled across the town. Not a cluck, not a scream, something in between. Like laughter, learned from the wrong kind of mouth. I realized then that Chicken Lee wasn't coming back for revenge. Revenge was personal. This wasn't. This was preparation. And whatever lived beneath the orchard, whatever had lifted him back out of the ground. It wasn't finished with Los Molinos, not even close. Sleep tight.